Hey guys, welcome back to the Marking Out Network. I am one of your hosts, Dean Walker.
I'm your boy Cordell, aka Smoke.
Hey guys, it's Neil Pretty Boy Thomas here.
And we are going to be discussing Survivor Series War Games.
War Games. Sigh.
Already disappointed.
What does that mean, Smoke? What are you sighing about over there, man? Did it not meet your expectations, or what's going on? What the fuck?
It actually met exactly what I thought it was going to mean.
We're going to get to the carrots part at the end of the show, but you guys got to listen to, hear what we got to say, because you know what? A lot of things that happened, we thought were going to happen, didn't, and we're throwing some curveballs here, but overall, I think it was all right. But what was the first match?
We had the Women's War Games match. Team Belair defeated Team Bayley.
Smoke, how long do you think this match went on for?
I want to say about 35 minutes.
I'm going to say 37.
Okay, it was 39 minutes, 40 seconds.
It was a long motherfucking match, man. Wow,
yeah.
That was crazy.
Yeah. With entrances, with everything in total,
Yeah.
I think it went for like 45, 55.
45.
I looked at the time. I was like, God damn, it's almost been an hour already.
I would say aside from the entrances, it was a good 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think it was a really good, solid match. It was what it was. It didn't blow me out of the water. I wasn't jumping off my seat, but I think it was decent. It wasn't bad.
It wasn't terrible. You could definitely tell who the strong ones are and who the not so strong ones are and who the annoying ones are.
We were kind of, during the show, we were like, who should come out first? And it was like, oh, man, they're sending Bianca Belair out first. And I'm like, well, I would have sent Becky out first, right?
Yeah, you've been gone all this time.
Yeah, like
I would have sent you out first.
Send your ass out there first, man. You've been resting, man. Shit, you must have the energy to go. The highlights, I was kind of, Rhea Ripley amazing when she first got out there and she cleaned house and did whatever. But then Asuka ended up kind of negating her. She stumped her a little bit with that mist and shit. So that kind of sent her down for a while.
I kind of need to see that feud carry on to Monday night.
Yeah.
I want to see them handle that on Monday.
Yeah, because Rhea is not going to appreciate that.
No,
man.
not at all. I think Asuka could be the one to really bring something out of Rhea too. So yeah, I would like to see that. Again, try, because I know that didn't go too well the first time.
No, it didn't.
Let's try it again. So this match really did something for me, because I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm sorry, it did nothing for me, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because we saw a lot of weak spots, a lot, and I'm gonna just say this. I think Alexa Bliss needs to go back to the drawing board.
Yep.
I think that Nikki Cross.
What did you call her during the pay-per-view? The premium live event? Yeah.
I call her
Why is that?
Man, she was just doing stuff just to do stuff. Like, it was like she was the cockroach in this match, man. She was like just in spots that she didn't need to be.
She put Natalya to shame.
And she did it. And she stayed in character, so I respect that. But she did it in this, and thinking she's crazy and fans are supposed to cheer her. She got no reaction and even booed at times.
You know what? I think they didn't even necessarily boo her, and that's the problem too. They're just like indifferent.
They don't care.
God, they just don't care about her, and that's a problem too, because the match seems like it's going on pace. And then a Nikki Cross spot happens, and you're like, oh god,
it kind of throws it off.
It throws it off out of whack. It seems like she didn't, and it's weird too, because her whole like gimmick and whatever. She's like kind of crazy, kind of chaotic, and she wanted to induce all this, frantic, crazy stuff in the match with the candlesticks, the trash can lids, and all that kind of stuff. But man, why did it not? It didn't work. It just felt like it didn't gel and click, especially with the crowd, because the crowd hated it. They weren't like, yeah, fuck yeah, this is awesome.
Yeah,
it was
man.
nothing. And then we finally got a table spot, and that's a whole nother thing too. But the spot with Io jumping off the top of the cage is what I wanted. I wanted to see Io jump off the top of the cage. That was fantastic. Becky with the leg drop, that was very good too. But other than that, it's just like they're just kind of throwing each other around, and Bianca Belair was bouncing Dakota Kai like a fucking basketball in that ring.
Man,
she was bouncing her around around all the time.
Bianca Belair was fucking Dakota Kai up.
Yeah, man, she was doing a number on her. Dakota Kai, got to hand it to her. She's
Yes.
very resilient.
Yep.
I was necessarily not a Dakota Kai fan, but I was like, she
can
held
hang.
in there, man.
She can hang.
She hung in there
She can
on her
hang.
own. The I would say one of the other highlights was Asuka and Io going back and forth. Asuka is incredibly fast. I mean, they sped up the fucking tempo a lot of this match.
I need to
want to
see
see a
that.
one-on-one pay-per-view kind of match between those two. We need to see that.
I want to see that feud. That
Yes.
feud has got to happen.
It has to happen.
It has gotta happen.
We must see it. And the overall, the match did serve its purpose. Becky got the pin on Dakota Kai, and Becky, the man, is back. Big Time Bex is, put on the shelf for now, and that's okay. Whatever.
Overall, ladies, good job. I wanted to. I'm just gonna say this. I'm gonna wrap this segment up. Dakota Kai. I want to say there's a difference between Dakota Kai and Alexa Bliss. Two small ladies, and one clearly has more moves in her arsenal than the other. The other looks like she just doesn't fit anymore.
She doesn't.
And Dakota Kai is like, okay, I'm here to fight, and she uses her legs, which is what she's known for, to fight. And I'm sorry, this is why that whole "you're small" shit doesn't fly with me. Alexa Bliss being small means nothing.
Yeah.
Because Dakota Kai, small as she is, and putting in more of the work. So yeah, I'm just gonna end it on that.
Let me ask you this, Smoke, because I know you get. I don't want to go on another rant here about Liv Morgan and all. Like, we could talk about that another time.
We don't have to talk about her.
But I'm saying, like, you were never thrilled with Liv Morgan and the quality of her matches, right?
No, never.
And now Alexa Bliss, I don't know what your standard for Alexa is, but it feels like she's just been toiling and just going through the motions. She hasn't had anything to her arsenal. She had one good tag match with Asuka. You could tell she was really trying. She's like, I gotta kick this up, man, because I'm going against, I'm
Big
with
dogs.
Asuka, and I'm going against Io, and I'm going against Dakota Kai. I'm the fourth worst person in this match, and I know that. So I'm gonna have to really, step up my game. But it just seemed like she reverted back again. Like, it's just, she feels like she doesn't have a place. What is her place, and where does she belong in the women's division? I don't even think she knows, and that's the problem. Fans are trying to figure it out. They feel like they know where she should go, but I don't think anybody really does. So it's like, where does she go from here? I have no idea.
I don't think she knows either. And I think she needs to find that again, just like I think Nikki needs to find that again before she finds herself released.
Yep. All right. What do we got here, Dean? What's match number 2?
Well, the next thing up was AJ Styles defeating Finn Balor.
Let's go, AJ. Let's go, Finn.
This match actually was a little bit better than I thought it was going to be. I'll give the two legend. Oh, well, I'm sorry. I'll give the two guys the one legend, AJ Styles. Finn, he ain't doing it for me, man. This is not the leader of the Judgment Day. I know they want him to be. They want to try to make him it. But the first thing they said when they introduced Finn to the ring with Dominic and Damian Priest was Dominic and Rhea jumped Rey Mysterio over Thanksgiving weekend and blah, 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 blah. No mention of Finn Balor. No mention of nothing he's done.
No, for sure.
It was just like, why do I care that he's in this match?
But didn't they say that before the Judgment Day doesn't have a leader? But then they're kind of pushing Finn as, to be the leader.
That's fine.
And he's been working his balls off. He's in he wrestled almost like, it seems like every single week, maybe 2 times a week. And it seems like they want to push him to be the leader. Damien's the muscle. Dominic is Dominic. Rhea, she's kind of like the wild card. You don't really know what to expect
What's
from her.
going to happen from her,
Yeah, she's kind of like evil and crazy and all these other things going on. But it seems like they're pushing Finn. The match itself, I hate to say it, was as expected. It didn't show. They didn't show me anything different. AJ Styles is great. He's the phenomenal one. We know how good Finn is. But it was just an extended kind of like match you can see on Raw or SmackDown. It wasn't anything spectacular or anything different. It was pretty much the same stuff they do all the time. Then that's fine too. It's like these guys are obviously, they got like 40 years experience between the two of them in professional wrestling. They're going to go out there. They're going to put on the performance they know they can. They're going to work safe. They're going to do their job that they're told, and they're going to do the story that they're trying to convey out there. That's fine, but it didn't give me something that extra something special that I'm kind of looking for in a match between these two.
Yeah.
if you guys remember, remember guys, it was AJ Styles versus Nakamura at WrestleMania. You remember that? Mm-hmm. And the reason I bring that up, because a lot of people had a lot of hype and were really excited about that. It didn't live up to that. I'm not saying this was on the caliber or to that level of a WrestleMania match, but I was like, man, you got like kind of like a dream match scenario here where it's like AJ Styles and Finn Balor. You got to do something a little more. Just something different. It don't even have to be necessarily a longer match or a crazy spot, but just give me something else. But they went out there, they executed the match that they wanted to, and AJ Styles got the win. He finally won up Judgment Day here, and it was what it was. And we're not necessarily going to move on from this because I think they're still going to continue. But for this particular chapter in the book of these guys going against each other, AJ was the better man tonight.
I think you said it perfectly.
Okay, how did you guys feel about the women's championship between Ronda Rousey and Shotzi?
Well,
where Rousey won by submission. You guys kind of guessed it. Y'all predicted this match in the last episode that you think that she was probably going to tap out.
First off, can you tell us how long this match was?
7 minutes.
I was going to say 8. I was going to say 8 minutes. So, okay, off mic, when we're watching it, I was like, the video, hey, I tweeted out, guys, hey, by the way, USA Network, hey, shout out to you guys. But we can talk about that another time. I tweeted out, hey, the video package Ronda Rousey and Shotzi is going to be longer than the actual match. I'm sure there's somebody out there that timed the video package. It wasn't as long as the match, but it felt really long. 7 minutes for a WWE Women's SmackDown title match is not that great. That's kind of diva era shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you can't go out there for 10 minutes, 10 fucking minutes, man, to put on a good match, that is not good. Shotzi, I'm a huge Shotzi fan, and I wanted this match to go well. A lot of people saying it was sloppy and not well executed. There was only a couple spots that were sloppy. Now, you can't say that for the whole match because I think they did what they wanted to do, and Ronda Rousey was kind of toying with her. She's like a cat playing with the mouse. I think that's what they're trying to go for, right, Smoke?
Yeah.
Is a cat playing with the mouse like a dead... the mouse is half dead, and the cat's just playing with it. You're just like, just fucking kill it already. Just kill it. Because you can. You're bigger and stronger and more intimidating. Just fucking kill the mouse already. And that's what Ronda Rousey's doing with all of her opponents now. It's just like, just kill the mouse. Now, Shotzi... we kind of joking, but we're almost serious at the same time. It's like, don't fuck up, don't botch. That spot on the apron where she does the DDT, which is one of my personal favorite moves, and if it's well executed, it looks fantastic. That was sloppy as fuck. It didn't look good. Ronda Rousey botched the hell out of it. I don't know what that was supposed to be. It could have worked. It didn't. So be it. You move on. Botches happen in wrestling all the time, thousands of times a day. It is what it is. The match itself wasn't a 5-star classic clinic. It's not going to give Kenny Omega and Okada a run for their money anytime soon. That's fine. It doesn't matter. Ronda Rousey, man, I could see why people hate her. If she fucking loves it, give her all the hate you want to because she's going to feed into that and she's going to remain champion until a certain someone comes along.
7 minutes. 7 fucking minutes. They were the joke of the night.
Yeah, it was the worst match of the night.
They were which we knew it was going to be.
It was, yep.
It was the joke of the night. And honestly, I would kind of take some offense to, if I was a SmackDown roster, I would be highly offended.
Yeah, that wasn't good. That wasn't a good representation of the WWE Women's SmackDown Championship. And Dean, what are your thoughts, man? I know you're numero uno when it comes to women's wrestling, man. So you can be objective when you kind of see a match like this. What do you think?
I think the match was what it was. I mean, I don't hate it. I don't hate it as much as you guys did. I think
we're critical because we have a certain expectation and standard.
I think so. I mean, as a guy who kind of just watches to watch, I'm not as critical about the women's division. I think they're on the up and up. I'm not like, I mean, you guys know stats and shit.
Oh, are they?
Y'all know a lot.
Stats? What do you mean? What are you talking about?
I know, like, many of the times when we had conversations, you'd be like, well, Charlotte won this many titles and you know, for this long and all that shit. And I'm like, wow. I'm like, you guys are...
we believe in them to do great. And we believe in them to do great. And when they don't and they disappoint us, I feel like they disappointed their dad.
You guys are like, disappointed fathers, you know?
I'm disappointed. Because to be honest with you, I saw this match being a piece of shit from a mile away.
It wasn't that terrible. I've seen worse matches for sure.
Yeah, Liv was one of them. But I'm saying,
here we go again.
I'm saying it was just a terrible match, and I just okay. So my thing is this. So let's put this match aside. It happened. It was terrible. What's next?
What's next for Ronda Rousey?
Who is either someone debuts? Sorry.
We know who's coming back.
Someone comes back on Friday.
Back. They have to.
Or something, because what is left?
Pretty much Ronda Rousey cleaned out the entire division. Who are you going to go against? Zia Lee?
Who you going to get? Aaliyah J?
Lacey Evans?
Raquel
Rodriguez is hurt. She's going to be out for a while, so that ain't going to happen.
Zia Lee?
Yeah. That's not going to happen.
Another squash match that was like 5 minutes?
Let's call Leah up. Let's get that ball rolling.
Or even better, we could try Liv again. She's been hardcore lately.
She's still feuding with Sonya Deville.
And who knows? Who knows? Because that mattered. Why?
Yeah. Hey, didn't you say Sonya Deville should join Ronda Rousey and Baszler?
I actually did. You know what? Yeah. That might actually. Can I be honest with you?
That'll be good for a career for sure.
I think Sonya should join up with them and then have Liv. Have them keep interfering with Liv, and then Liv kind of take them on one by one at a time, and then maybe that builds her up to championship status again.
Hey, small guy, something for you. How about this? So you have Ronda Rousey, Sonya Deville, and Baszler, right? What if they feud with Damage Control? How about that?
But they're both heel.
I think it could still work because I think people. I don't know, man.
Like a Bayley and Ronda feud? That would work.
No. Not necessarily 1-on-1, but like because you can have like.
Well, Bayley's the leader, clearly.
So you can have Baszler and Sonya Deville go more like for the tag titles. How about that?
That'd
be better, right?
That would be better.
Because I don't want to lump Ronda Rousey in no tag division either with the championship. But yeah, I just thought of it right.
That'd be an interesting idea. Well, anything would be interesting over what we saw tonight.
Oh, for sure.
So we're just gonna pass this along and head to the next.
Ronda Rousey retains. Yeah, there we go. Didn't see that coming. All right, what's the next match there, Dean?
Do you guys think this match stole the show from what we predicted, or do you guys think it fell short? It was the United States Championship where Austin Theory defeated Seth Rollins and Bobby Lashley.
I would say that was probably the most. I would say that was the better match of the night.
From bell to bell.
I would say that
from bell to bell. That was the best quality match.
Best quality match where everyone had a great move set. Everyone had their great spots, except Theory, kind of. But everyone had, their part to play, and they played it well. I would actually say I was very impressed with Rollins and Lashley tonight. They really put on the show. Yeah. Especially Rollins, because to me, he went back to his high flyer days.
He was the architect tonight, man.
Yeah, he was on one. And it seemed like for a little bit, he was face for a second. I don't know why.
By the way, Seth Rollins, however WWE wants to portray him, he is not a heel.
He's not a heel.
Because he fucking gets cheered when he comes out and people are singing the song. That is not a heel.
That is not a heel.
Theory is a heel because people hate him, they boo him, or they give him a silent treatment. That's the heel.
Theory is a heel. He barely got any interaction tonight.
Yeah.
Lashley is a face, and then
sure.
Seth is the guy you love to cheer.
Yeah.
And hate. And cheer again, and then sometimes hate, but he, I think that he was the star tonight, him and Lashley, but I think he was the star tonight. To me, this match visually looked better.
It was the best.
The best.
You know why you could tell it's a good match? Because you don't know who's going to win.
Yeah.
Because it was getting equal parts, and this is like, oh shit, one guy's gonna hit a move, he throws the other guy out of the ring, oh no, reverse, and then that guy doesn't get the cover, or he gets a cover and the other guy makes a save. That's how these matches play out, especially triple threats, because there's that kind of dynamic. And I have to say too, I was definitely impressed with Seth. Definitely impressed with Bobby. Least impressive was with Theory. But then in turn, you're thinking, oh, excuse me. Sorry, guys. It's my birthday tonight. Hey, thanks for giving me a shout out on the pod about being my birthday tonight,
that's
man.
right. Sorry, everybody. You guys, tonight it is the pretty boy's birthday.
Yep. And we don't have to say my age.
I was going to ask you, how old are you?
It's irrelevant.
It's not irrelevant. It's your birthday.
It's irrelevant.
It's actually quite relevant.
1 year older, 1 year wiser, 1 year better looking. On top of that,
1 year older than what?
And Neil is much wiser than we are.
Yes, and very much so older. But
whoa, I wouldn't say that now. Don't be exaggerating, man. What the fuck?
we're about a good decade apart, buddy.
Oh no, we're not. No, we're not. Let me get my calculator.
You're entering 4 o'clock, and I'm at 3:15.
Whoa! Oh man,
it's still 2 a.m. where I am, baby. I'm still living.
Wait! It's still 2 a.m. with me too. No, wait.
I mean,
it's about 2:45 for me.
It's almost 3 a.m. Let me tell you, you're about to go to sleep.
It's 2:45 for me, but you know it is what it is. We're happy to be here.
You're entering the groggy stage.
All right.
I'm still living, man.
All right. It's enough. Fucking young ass kids. I hate those,
man.
Fucking punks.
Your fucking hurt knees over here.
Mind you guys, he likes Jake Paul. So that should tell you all you need to know.
Yeah, somebody pre-ordered the Logan Paul toy. We're not going to say who.
Man, you guys ready to move on to the next match? Call me out over here, man. It's a collector's item.
Wow.
All right. So
that says about everything we need to say.
Speaking of the young boys,
okay,
Theory won the match, and
he did. Yes,
we were not happy with that outcome. But in long term storytelling, I think this will work in his favor. If you remember, I think I said this before. The only person that this benefits is Theory.
Yes.
And it benefited him.
Do you think Theory redeemed himself after that botch cash in?
No, because he actually did a botch tonight. Actually, he had 2 botches I saw. He's a great wrestler.
Man, you're very critical tonight on the botches, man. Jesus Christ,
you need to do better.
Dave Meltzer called. He wants his job back. Holy shit, man.
You rehearsed this shit prior.
Wow, man.
You rehearsed this shit prior.
You never
How do you miss catching somebody doing a flip and you were there for 2 minutes watching them? You were there.
Man,
you don't even move backwards.
I can't remember you being so critical like that. You can become like a wrestling snob now. Holy shit, man!
Like they stand there.
Where did this come from?
They stand there watching you flip.
You used to be about the gear and shit. Now you're like critiquing every fucking move.
Because they stand there watching you flip, and then you still miss it.
I'm gonna wait here 5 minutes, Seth or Bobby, and I'm still gonna fuck it up.
And you fall after he already landed.
No,
I'm over it.
I know. It was hard. You were like, "Don't replay it." What did they do?
I said, for the love of God,
they replayed it.
Do not replay that. This is for the benefit of all of us and yourself. Yes. Do not replay that clip. Here's a replay of what we saw.
Yeah, I know. Like, it looks stupid. Whatever.
And he even looked back and just was like, it fell out. I was like, man,
damn. I was like, he kind of grazed him.
He grazed his hair, and that was barely.
Yeah, no, it's okay. It happens again.
It happens.
It's a live show, man.
They're human. It happens. Sure. But I don't want to see that shit again.
No. All right, man. Next match was
the main event, man.
Woo! Oh man, shit! Holy cow!
So the Bloodline actually ended up defeating the Brawling Brutes with Drew McIntyre and Kevin Owens.
Wow!
Can I just say
we got to dissect this, man? Let's go.
So there's so much storytelling. I want to say this: whoever is writing for the Bloodline has been watching soap operas. Because they've been killing it. They got to. It's so much dialogue going into this storyline alone. And shit, Louis, I'm talking about Austin Theory. I'm botching on the podcast, but it's so much storyline.
Sorry, Austin Theory wasn't wrestling with beer. You know what I'm saying? So,
don't recall me out.
Y'all be potting with beer. Or juice. Sorry about that.
Neil's been feeding me a lot of drinks tonight.
No, it's been Uzi juice.
Y'all be very.
So I would say, I would say whoever is writing for the Bloodline, they are definitely watching soap operas or something, or they are really thinking with this storyline. I think this is the most exciting thing they have that WWE has going on. Clearly,
Oh yeah, for sure.
and can I just say this? I love I even do this for TV shows that I have. I love when you have your main character, Roman, but I mostly love when your side character gets shine and they start getting into their own feud and their own art. They have their own nemesis and everything, because it shows that they don't have, it doesn't have to be about the main character all the time.
No, for certain.
And I want to give props to Sami Zayn and Jey Uso for really carrying this. They've been if you really think about it, it's not Roman.
No, he's been the background character.
They've been carrying this bloodline storyline
for a couple months now.
And I want to say kudos to both. And I know where you guys want to see this going, and I hope it goes that way too. But I would love for this to be Jay's shining moment, to have his own side feud with Sami Zayn. I would love for Sami and Jay to really just go at it once this all comes to fruition for whatever they have planned out. Because I think it's gonna mean, you can bring Roman into it all you want. Yeah. It's gonna mean more to Jay to go against Sami Zayn. Than it will for Roman.
Yep.
Roman's gonna be like, okay, he fucked us over, blah blah blah. Jay's gonna be like, I told you from the start.
Yep.
I was telling you from the beginning. That feud is gonna be more heated than anything. They need to set that up to whatever it's gonna be.
Before we get there, what was the main point and the main storyline going into this match? Where was Sami Zayn's loyalty? Where did it lay? Like, where was he going to go? Was he going to, screw the bloodline over, or was he going to help him? And the whole time in this whole match, he saved Jay like, half dozen times it seemed like? How many times did he save Jay?
And he saved Jay at least 6 times tonight.
Yeah,
and then Jay purposely wanted nothing to do with Sami this entire match.
And then, Jay gives him, a super kick. Intentional, not intentional, doesn't really matter. Sami didn't hold it against him. He ends up coming back and helps. He gets Kevin Owens down.
Not yet, anyway.
He gets Kevin Owens down. He's like, here you go. Here's the scraps. Put him away. 1, 2, 3 on Kevin Owens, and that's another subtext that that's
another layer to the storyline.
Another layer to the storyline, and another thing that with Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, obviously they have a extended history between those two. So it's just like, all right, there's another thing. Everybody else was pretty much a background character. The Brawling Brutes, Sheamus was minimal in this match. McIntyre, spots here and there. Roman was, I don't want to say non-existent, because he did have the spear through the table, which I called, 15 minutes before it fucking happened. But
I think Roman wanted to see the story play out for tonight.
Oh, for certain.
I think Roman needed to sit back and see what was going to go down tonight.
He wants to see where Jay is at. He wants to see where Sami is at. He wants these two to get along, because the bloodline, you can't have a weak link. You can't have a weak chain, because the thing is going to collapse. So it's just like, all right, where does everybody lie? You guys got he said this like a month and a half ago, whenever it was. You guys got to figure this shit out, or if I try to intervene, it's going to be bad for not only Jay, but for all parties involved. So Roman was like, hey, figure this shit out, guys, and what better way to do it inside a double ring, steel cage, to test everybody's loyalty. And Sami Zayn, despite what people have to say, he proved that he was loyal on this night.
I would say, because Roman's loyal to you as long as you don't fuck up.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. As long as you don't fuck up, like the first thing he did when he got in that ring was lift Jay up.
He was the first guy to pick. He picked Jay up, the first one.
Picked Jay up, lift him up, dusted him off. He's loyal to you as long as you don't fuck up. And then, so I think he does want to see them two get along. Again, Roman is not the face of this feud.
Nope.
In my opinion, it could change at any moment. But in my opinion, I think Jay and Sami got something good brewing. If I was the writers and if I was Jay, I would continue this this isn't even for the Usos or the Bloodline. To me, this is another layer for Jay Uso.
Yes.
And it's Sami Zayn, and I want to see where they go with that. I'm not even interested in what Sami Zayn might have in store for Roman. Maybe that might be interesting later on down the road. But to me, if he was to really like get over on them, it's to me Jay is the one he needs to face.
Oh, for certain. That's where it's going to go. But again, Sami Zayn, he keeps saying, I'm loyal to the bloodline. I am loyal to you guys. And every step of the way, he has proven that. Now, again, what is his master plan? What is his intentions? Roman asked him point blank, why are you here? What do you want from us? And we don't know that yet. Is it some grand scheme, some grand master plan that he has in the back of his head that we don't know about? The last guy he had to convince that he was 100% in the bloodline was Jay, and he did that tonight at War Games. Now everybody's convinced. Roman already liked Sami Zayn pretty much from the beginning. He didn't really have to convince him all that much. Jimmy, indifferent. Paul Heyman.
Jimmy's a fucking dud.
Yeah, Paul Heyman's gonna agree with whatever his tribal chief says.
Solo's
team
just following
kind of suit. Solo's team Sami Zayn. They kind of linked those two guys up already in the beginning too. So it's like, all right, Sami Zayn, he's made this so interesting and so entertaining, and this is the best run of his fucking career by far. Like, El Generico. I'm sorry, right? I mean. Like, that surpasses that part. His NXT run was really good, but yeah, Sami Zayn has been, man, he's been forefront and center, and he's knocked it out the park, home run, whatever you want to call it. But man, you feel like this hasn't reached a crescendo yet, and it's gonna eventually do that.
You know what's funny, and I could be wrong, and anyone can interject at any time. I have not seen a good storyline like this building up since the Trish Stratus and Mickie James storyline.
Wow, that's I mean, shit, man, you're going back 15 years, man.
I'm talking about, I'm comparing the build up,
yeah,
the layers, and everything that comes with it. And that was one of the best WrestleMania matches ever.
Yeah.
And not even because of what they were doing in that match. It was the story. And the fact that this story was finally coming to an end with that. Mm-hmm. So wherever they go with this, I think this is the first storyline I've seen in probably a few decades where it compares to how I felt with that. I'm excited to see where it goes. I'm excited to see what they do with it. I want Jay to keep being on the rise. I want him to keep being suspicious.
Yeah.
But for right now, he's going to play it cool. And I want Sammy to keep doing some more suspect shit. So whoever is writing for the bloodline, keep it up, because they got us at the edge of the seats. And this was a good display of what the next chapter holds for them.
Yeah, and I don't think this is the end with like Kevin Owens and the Sami Zayn dynamic and all that stuff like that. I think we're just gonna get going again, and it's been fantastic because good storytelling, whether it's a movie or a TV show or professional wrestling, it never goes out of style. It just doesn't. You want to make us care about these professional wrestlers with good storytelling. Random matches here and there could be really good, but they put all the emphasis and all the effort, and they're maxing out this for what could be potentially one of the best storylines, especially going into a WrestleMania 39, that we've ever seen. Because think about, they put everybody on a pedestal in the group. The Bloodline, the greatest tag team of all time. The Romans, the GOAT. But man, the Roman Empire fell. The greatest empire in the history of mankind crashed and crumbled down eventually. All the great empires do. The Egyptian Empire, the Greek Empire, the Roman Empire. They all fall. And it's in spectacular fashion. And we're going to have to see where this ends up being, 4 months from now.
So, guys, what would you rate this Survivor Series?
How many carrots, Dean, are you going to give this one, huh?
Well, I said 7.5 in the prediction. I think it lived up to
right there,
near it or close to it. But You know what fucked it up the most for me? Take a guess.
Shotzi Rousey?
No, it was the crowd, man.
Oh, the crowd. Boston crowd was not that great.
It was terrible.
It was they're sitting on their hands again, man.
The crowd went mild for 99% of the show. Yeah. And it just made moments feel like They weren't as big. They
Who got the
weren't
biggest
as
pop of the
important.
night? Was it Seth or was it the Bloodline?
I'd say Seth.
I would say Rollins.
I would say Rollins, right? I feel like they cheered him the most.
Rollins
Yeah, they
I
pop.
think they
woke up when Rollins came out.
They woke up when Rollins came out. They were more in awe of when the Bloodline came out. They weren't necessarily like popping for him. They were just like kind of like basking in their, quote unquote greatness.
They do. It's weird how when that happens, when they come. As soon as Roman's music plays,
It's the song, man.
Everyone
It's
just gets like
the gasp.
Everyone just starts like
Everybody's fucking bowing and shit.
Tribal chief.
Yeah. So you're going what? You're going 6.5 carats?
I'm gonna say 7.
7 carats.
I think it was a solid show. So for a solid show, I can't say 6 anything. I'm gonna have to say 7. Not 7.5. The crowd really fucked it up. Besides Rollins, I think Theory had a good reaction too. I'm not saying he had a pop, but he had a good.
When he won the match, he had a good
reaction.
He had a good like, oh shit! You could see people in the crowd like, oh shit! I can't believe he won, which is not that far fetched, but that's okay.
Yeah, I mean, so at least he got a big reaction, whether it was good or bad. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just feel like the especially the storyline between Sammy and the Bloodline and Sammy and Owens. I mean, we knew that was going to go.
That played out perfectly.
Yeah, we knew it was going to be good, but I think it exceeded my expectations. So I would have kept it at 7.5, but that crowd, man, they need to choose something better.
Straight
man.
up
Usually
7.
Boston ain't that bad.
They're not. Boston's usually a very
we did get a
energetic
"We
crowd.
Want Sasha" chant briefly,
We
but
did.
it didn't
Of course
hijack.
they did.
We didn't.
Don't get me started on that shit.
Yeah, we didn't
I think
hijack
that's
him.
why they made Becky. Return last on Friday.
Oh yeah,
Instead
to
of
nix that expectation.
They wanted to make sure they were like, we don't want no problems.
Yeah, it's smart. It
Yep.
was smart. But what about you, Cordell? What you
Smoke.
rated?
What do you think? How many carrots out of that bushel, man?
I think I'm gonna give them a 6.
you're critiquing the fuck out of this one tonight, man.
I think I'm gonna give them a 6. Usually I actually play
Man, and I thought I was the wrestling snob here. Wow,
Usually-
you took my mantle, bro.
Usually I focus on like other shit, like the gear,
Storytelling, gear-wise,
gear,
presentation. It was more about presentation,
But
right?
tonight it was mostly presentation. I was very disappointed. It didn't with certain stuff. It wasn't even a lot. It was just.
You're kind of nitpicky tonight.
I was very nitpicky. I guess you could say I had my pinkies up tonight.
Your pinky's
My
up
pinky
tonight,
was up. I was
man.
being a little,
Wow.
I was being a little diva
Interesting.
about it
We're
tonight.
all, we're all clapping. He's like, that was subpar at best.
I was not happy with my pinky up.
Yeah, man.
I wasn't happy at all.
You almost brought that monocle out and shit. Like,
Man.
wow, where did this come from?
I was observing
Dude's in a
everything.
3-piece suit.
A
sitting here.
3-piece suit over here? Jeez.
All
Yes,
of a
his
sudden got me a
notepad.
British
Overdressed.
accent. I just wasn't. I was nitpicking everything. They rehearsed this too much to have botches the way they do.
He says, you'll see me in the paper tomorrow. And just walks out.
I just like I felt like in the middle of the show I wanted to make eye contact with the wrestlers and just get up and walk out.
Wow. You're like, wow, dang.
And
man.
then do a slow return, look back at them, and just go, and just
Shake
shake
your
my And then they see my disappointment, and they be like,
Dad, why?
Dad, what happened? Because it's like,
Oh, my God.
Jesus
Wow.
Christ, you stand there for 5 fucking minutes and watch the man flip.
I don't
How
think
do
you're gonna
you
get
miss
over
that?
man. You ain't gonna get over
How
that.
do you miss that?
I know.
It's like what?
You know, if I was Theory, I would have watched that, looked at the crowd, and shook my head, and then started stomping them both out.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have.
Play
just
it
fell.
off.
I know.
He looks back and just goes.
Theory fell as if Andy came in the room and he was like, "Oh no!" and he's the toy and he has to fall down.
Yeah,
That's what it
man.
felt like.
Damn.
Yeah.
And then Shotzi,
But,
I won't even get over. I don't even know what that DDT she attempted to try.
It was bad. It was sloppy. It was bad.
and they both knew they fucked up. They just fell.
You just kind of collapsed.
They just
and you're
fell.
like,
They were
oh
just like,
god, oh god, oh
Like
god.
they just fell.
All right, so
I'm gonna coin that the Toy Story. That's what they did.
they Toy Story.
They Toy Storied it?
Yeah,
I'm
jeez.
gonna
Yeah.
coin that.
So yeah,
Y'all remember the day.
All right, cool.
yeah, I'm gonna keep it at a 6. What about you, pretty boy Thomas?
6. I'm gonna go, man, because I'm not pinkies up tonight.
What did you predict though? What was it, 7?
I think it was like 7. Yeah, I
Okay.
think it was like 7. I don't think I was going 7.5. I was like, ugh, because I was
No,
excited
no.
for the War Games match.
I thought the War Games was gonna blow me out. I think it was just whatever. Man.
They're very conservative. They're ultra conservative, man. There was a couple.
Rightfully so. I mean, I get it, but
But don't you feel like the NXT War Games matches, back in the
a little
Undisputed
more
era,
aggressive.
they were better. They were
Yeah.
better. But all right, well, it is what it is. This one specifically, I'm gonna go 6.5 carats. People are like, "Why the fuck are you talking about carats?" We can explain that later. But it's just like, all right, so 6.5 carats out of a 10 bushel. The downers. The men's War Game match was a very slow pace, but the story was fantastic. The Shotzi Ronda Rousey match. Oh man, I wanted it to be good. It didn't live up to my high, smoke pinkies up expectations, but that's okay. It was what it was.
I don't think it's okay.
The triple threat match was good. Didn't necessarily like the ending. The women's match, I kind of enjoyed it more as the totality of it than the men's War Game match, but the men's War Game match, the ending was better. Does that make sense?
They had a story.
Yeah, they had a story behind it because you're kind of seeing where it's going. But the actual match itself
Did not live up.
was just okay. But the female match, they were trying as hard as they could. They gave a lot of effort, and they tried different things.
There was no story behind that one.
It was minimal. It was very minimal. I was more surprised at how Becky ended up pinning Dakota Kai. I thought Rhea was going to be more influential in the match, but I'm going to go 6.5. It was almost a 7. If, say, the men's War Games match and Shotzi Rousey was a little better, but quite didn't live up to my certain expectations. But Survivor Series in the books, War Games, I think they're going to do it again next year, but they got to do a little more.
yeah. So now we have Royal Rumble coming up next. That's the announcement. I think. Well,
2 months away now, man.
Not like we follow NXT too much, but NXT deadline is I think middle of December. But besides that, yeah, Rumble's next. We'll have probably a separate video about our predictions for the Rumble later on.
We only have 2 months to get that ready.
Only
2 months.
I don't know if we can make it.
Yep. It's like January 28th or something like that. It's quite a ways away, man. December's a long month. Yeah. So there you go.
We'll be looking forward to that.
I thought you were gonna end the
wait.
video.
No,
the
not yet.
podcast.
We can't. End the
Smoke's already
podcast
shaking his
yet.
head. He's like, "Come on, here we go again. Here's a 5-minute outro."
Dude, the people love it. They're like, everyone who's listening is like, we haven't seen Coffee Talk in a while, but we love these
No
Dean
one
endings.
asked for that.
Nobody asked for coffee talk,
Well,
man.
they haven't asked because they love the Dean endings of the podcast. They love how I just kind of go off and
Yeah, of
talk
course.
and stutter. And how's your guys' day going?
In the fucking show.
I'm sorry.
Hey guys, let
I
me
can't find the button. Give me a second.
let me ask you guys this.
I've
So
lost the button.
all of our millions of listeners that listen to the Marking Out Network, year in review. We're gonna be doing that. Smoke, I know, is very excited for the year in review. I mean, we're gonna say best match, women's wrestler of the year, men's wrestler of the year,
The jobber of the year.
the jobber of the year, and I think I'm already going with that one.
Actually, you know what? You can actually put quite a few in that
No,
list.
you can have a few jobbers. That's actually going to be really entertaining. And so what's going to happen is we're going to go WWE, we're going to go AEW, and we're going to break the whole year down, and we're going to tell you what we thought of the 2022 year in wrestling. That's going to be a really exciting show, and I can't wait for that. We're going to have numerous opinions, and we might actually get into a fight over some certain things, but that's going to be
Yeah, like
looking
Crown
forward
Jewel
to.
being the best pay-per-view of the year, yeah?
I mean, yeah, you had a hard on for that pay-per-view, man, like nobody's business.
Or who was the most deserving wrestler of the year and who was not the most deserving wrestler this year.
Who is the best who is the rookie of the year? Logan Paul? What?
Rookie.
Bro, his figure Listen, let me be candid.
Wow.
His figure.
His figure was $50.
Nerd alert.
Man, if they could see the room we're in, don't even with me with that shit.
He got you with that
It looks
one.
like I just walked into a Toys R Us. I'm surprised with how much is on your wall. You should have the price label underneath it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, damn.
Yeah, I think I have more than a Toys R Us, but whatever, it's fine.
You be taking inventory, bro.
Yeah, I know.
You
I'm
clock
writing
in and out of
down.
this room.
There's a punch clock at the door.
You got trucks backing in right there.
Beep,
You have a dock
beep,
door. Why do you even have a dock door back here? What's going on?
I mean, he kind of got you with that one. But
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Yeah, I was preparing for it. Don't worry.
Okay.
Okay, so in the
fair
fucking
enough.
show.
Oh yeah. It's
Yeah,
the
we have to
ending.
end this thing, right?
Yeah, we do. That's my bad. I still can't find that button. What color is it? Is it the green one? Yeah.
I don't know. What wires do you have to cross? How do you work this thing? I don't know.
Probably the red one. Yeah.
You can always smash the damn thing.
So, whoa, that's aggressive, man.
It is.
Are you threatening me?
In the damn show,